Welcome, everybody. Say hello. Get your vibe on. Let's land. All right. Welcome to Branding 101. I am so excited to have you here. Let me hit record. Hello. Welcome to Branding 101, Day 1, Pillar 1. It all begins today. If this is your first time joining me for a course, welcome. I'm Robin Savage, branding creative copywriter. I suffer from visual allergies, which means everything in my life must look beautiful, which serves all of you, my clients who are ready to up-level their brands, who are ready to refine and sophisticate their message, their image, their persona. And I'm going to dive right in. I'm not wasting any time here today. I'm not wasting any time in this course. And in fact, the things that you're going to learn inside these 10 days with me will give you the opportunity to up-level your brand in more ways than we could say. Branding is so important, and I'm going to talk to you about that to begin today. But my beliefs in today's economy, in today's society, in today's world is that anyone can start a business. A brand is what makes us unique. A brand is what's memorable, what creates loyalty, all the things. So we are going to dive in. I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things, housekeeping, before I dive into today's pillar. Number one, this course is being run live to start. So you guys have the opportunity to engage in the comments where I can answer questions, where I can be here to mentor you, to dive deeper into the things that I'm teaching and talking about, which is incredible. This program is going to be for sale. After this, it'll come down and we will have this program for sale so that people can actually go through Branding 101 and integrate the 10 pillars for themselves. So the reason that I'm running this program now is because the Branded Mastermind just started January 1st, and we have our first call on January 31st. So the Branded Mastermind is a 12-month mastermind where I'm teaching women how to up-level their brand month after month after month after month. Because as you'll learn here, your brand has to be evolving with you, okay? Imagine if Nike created their brand, their image, their style, their vocab back in whenever they started, say they were in 1980, okay? And they were still repeating the same brand message, the same brand aesthetic, the same brand music, the same language, the same representation, so the same athletes, the same style, like everything the same. It probably wouldn't translate very well in 2022. Times have changed. People have changed. Style has changed. Materials have changed. So your brand and your message is going to want to evolve. If it stays stuck, if it stays stagnant, and you no longer resonate with the people, then the people will go find the things that resonate with them now. So there's a reason for the 12-month container inside the Branded Mastermind, because I want your brand to evolve with you, okay? To evolve with you so that you stay trendy, so that you stay relevant, so that you stay top of mind, so that you have your soul clients being curious and engaged and wondering, like, what is next and what could this be? So in order for that to happen, your brand has to evolve, okay? Now, I'm running this free course for you now because every single woman inside the Branded Mastermind, I need them to have this information. I need them to know the pillars of their brand so that as I teach them throughout the year, they are integrating these 10 foundational pillars on deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper levels. So I thought to myself, these 10 pillars, this content is so important for everybody. This is going to help every single entrepreneur accelerate their brand, expand their brand, and evolve their brand. Why don't I do public service and share this information with the world? Okay, so here I am delivering this to the women inside my branded mastermind. Hi, ladies. I love you so much. If you're here live, say hello. I'm also giving it to you because you also need this information. And this information is a gift. And I hope that it serves you and that you integrate it and then you take it seriously as the numbers and the results and the analytics and the insights and the business, the transactional side. Okay. So here we go. I will say to you, if you are at any point over these 10 days ready to jump into the branded mastermind, to move with us, to work with me, to take this to the next level, for every single one of you, wild women who are inside this space, obviously I'm giving you an opportunity to jump into the branded mastermind to join us for a special rate, for a short time price that you can only get if you're inside this space. So our first branding mastermind call is on January 31st, you guys, okay? January 31st, where we are going to deep dive into your brand on this mastermind call. I will let you know that that is the only thing on my calendar that day because I expect that call to be juicy, to give you hot seat coaching, to dive into your brand, to be present with you, to make sure your brand get what it needs. Copywriting, edits, sales page reviews, branding aesthetic, typography, titles, taglines. We are going to cover everything inside these monthly mastermind calls, okay? So you can drop into that course, into that mastermind for $1,111 anytime, any single month throughout January or throughout 2022 that you decide, hey, I could use help with my branding, you can jump in to that mastermind. If you jump in for the January call to join us, to see what the vibe is, to see if this is really going to support you and serve you, by January 31, then I'm going to give you a masterclass that I'm running, a paid masterclass in February that you're going to get for free to jump in, to try the mastermind, to join us there to see if it's your vibe. Now, you can join the mastermind for 6 months or 12 months for obviously a reduced rate. If you jump in January and you're like, hell yes, this feels really good for me, you can apply that payment to your 6 or 12 month container, your stay inside that space. Okay. Now that's all I'm going to say for now. I'm going to dive into the pillar and I'm going to share more about that a little bit later. But I want you to know that the work does not stop here. Okay. The work that you learn inside this space with me are foundations. It's the beginning. It's like you've showed up for kindergarten and you're learning the ABCs legit of branding. Okay. That's what we're doing over these next 10 days to take this work deeper, to dive in. The branded mastermind is where I serve all of my branding clients. Okay. Next, I'm going to be live Monday to Friday this week and then Monday to Friday next week. So we're going to take the weekend off, which is going to give you an opportunity to catch up on any trainings that you've missed, which, is going to happen. So if you can join us live, definitely join us live. Be here, be in the energy. You're going to get the best bang for your time if you can join us here. If not, no sweat. Watch the replays, watch them over and over again. Take notes, integrate it, do the embodiment work so that this branding can actually become part of your business strategy. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Can you guys think of anything else? The team is live with me. If you guys have any questions, here, Rebecca, is it the same time every day? Yes, 11 a.m. PST every day. So good. Thank you. Love your branding ideas. You helped us birth our brand. Yes, I did, Allie. I remember all of that. I remember the phone call. I remember where I was standing when we named your brand. I remember the vibe. I remember everything. Diane, so happy to be here. Also, so happy that you're here. Nat, hello. Nat's in the Branded Mastermind with us. You guys, I'm so excited. Okay, so let us dive in. All right, pillar number 1 for your brand is purpose. Purpose is pillar number 1. All right, so before we dive into the layers of purpose, I'm going to help you actually discover your brand purpose today on this call, because I think this is the most important piece of this. Is like, I want you to get off this call knowing what your purpose is. So I'm actually going to help you reverse engineer your brand purpose together so that you have a tangible takeaway from our time together today. But before we get to purpose, I want you to really understand what your brand is, okay? Your brand and your business are separate, okay? Your brand and your business are separate. And I want you to think of them as 2 separate entities for all of our work together, because there's a transactional side to your business, and then there's the brand, okay? There's the payment links, there's the URLs, there's the SEO, there's the analytics and insights, there's the spreadsheets, there's the product development, there's the market research, and all of this belongs to your business. Anyone can start a business. And when I mean anyone, I mean anyone. My daughter could literally go make lemonade and stand at the end of the driveway and sell lemonade, and she would have a business. Anything that involves a sales transaction, exchanging one good for another or one service for another, is a business, okay? Your brand is the thing, the part of this puzzle that is everything else. The why, the emotion, the feeling, the colors, the language, the name, the logo, the location, the consistency, the vibe, the energy, the delivery, the potency. Okay, your brand is the aspect of everything that you're creating, of your entrepreneurial journey, that leaves a taste in people's mouths, that makes people remember the transaction, that encourages referrals, that makes people feel something. And when we feel something, we are inspired to take an action. Okay, so your brand is so important because we live in a consumer world. Everything is available to everyone at the click of a thumb. At literally the scroll and the click of a thumb, every single person can have exactly what they desire, and then some. So your brand has one scroll and one thumb click of an opportunity to grab someone's attention, make them feel something, and inspire them to buy. Without the feeling, your business is just a transaction. And transactions are not very inspiring when they are all alone, when they are all by themselves, okay? So we are talking about the creation of a brand that has an impact, a global impact, that starts a movement that makes a whole group of people, your soul clients, feel something on a level so deep that it inspires them to move with you. And when you inspire people to move with you by making them feel something, by helping them feel connected to something, they stay with you, they repeat buy from you. They don't only follow you, they engage with you. They tell their friends, they share your stuff. You create a community, okay? So number 1 lesson I want you to learn here is your brand is not about you. It's not. It's not about you. It's about them. It's about the people, okay? You are creating a brand that makes others feel something. And yes, your brand is the fullest expression of who you are is going to resonate more with people, because here's the thing. If you're holding back, if your brand is only this much of your mission or this much of your purpose or this much of your ability, then you're going to match that energy, that potency with your level of service. So you're getting what you give, okay? More you in your brand means more eyes on you, greater impact, greater aura for your brand means more magnetism, more people coming in. This is an energetic exchange, right? So yes, it's about you in a sense. Are you being all of yourself? Are you showing your unique characteristics? Are you letting people in? Are you letting them see you? It's about the feeling that you evoke in them. You see, your freedom gives them permission. Your vulnerability gives them something to resonate to. Your purpose, your why, gives them a feeling of inspiration, hope, connectivity, leadership, mentorship. So while you express and while you become the epitome of your brand, you are inspiring other people around you to take action with you. So it's not about how you feel in your brand, it's about how your people feel in the presence of your brand. And the more we do this work together, the bigger your brand aura is going to get, okay? The bigger your impact is going to be. And we all know that bigger impact equals more money, okay? And eventually the goal is that your brand speaks for itself. Okay, over the Christmas holidays, we had the most incredible thing happen. I went offline for 11 days. Jack, my business partner, also went offline for almost the whole duration of the holidays, from before Christmas to like through that weird week between Christmas and New Year's, all the way to like January 4th. Over that time that we were not online selling, not sending out emails to our list, we had no Facebook ads in action, we had nothing out there representing our brand, 51 new women purchased from our company. 51 new women purchased from our company while there were no ads, no marketing, no sales posts, no emails going out, because our brand speaks for itself. Our brand is out there with a message, with an energy, with a presence that is so big and so refined and so on purpose that people are buying even when we are on holidays with our families, drinking eggnog and hanging out. That's the goal. Nike doesn't need to tell every single person in a day to go buy those running shoes. You think of Nike, or you think of running, and you think of Nike. So you go to Nike to buy the running shoes. You see? So over time, your brand is going to get so strong and so refined, and you are going to be that for someone. Oh, I really want to step into my power in 2022. Oh, Robin does that. Okay, I'm going to go work with Robin. Oh, I really want to refine my brand in 2022. I'm really struggling with this. Oh, Robin does that. I'm going to go see Robin. Oh, I really need a photography session. Oh, Rebecca is such a great photographer. I'm going to go message Rebecca. Oh, I really want to unleash my femininity this year. Oh, Michelle does that. I'm going to go call Michelle. So the more you repeat your message, the more your brand starts to get clear and concise and consistent. Guess what? The less talking you need to do. You're off the hook because you have done the work. You've created the clarity in your brand. That is what we want. We want to remove the questioning. We want to remove the doubt. We want to cut the fluff. Cut the fluff so that your brand message, your brand aesthetic gets so refined and so potent that people think of you and people think of your brand when you're not even around, when you're not even in the room. Okay? So that's our goal. I have a pet bunny, and you can probably hear him. His name's Cupcake. So your brand purpose is where we are going to start today. Why brand purpose, you guys? Okay. Brand purpose builds an emotional relationship with your soul client, okay? And when you have an emotional connection with people, when you have that emotional exchange, it creates loyalty and it inspires people to buy. You're going to hear me say this so much over the next 10 days together. Emotional connection is everything inside your brand. It's the goal in branding, to make people feel something. Why? Why does it matter, Rob? Tell me. Because unless you're selling to robots, unless you're selling to robots, human beings buy based on feeling. Let me say this one more time. Unless you're selling to robots, human beings buy based on feeling. So your brand is the most important aspect of what you do, unless you're selling your products to robots, in which case robots don't feel anything. They compute and calculate their way through. I'll buy this. They find the lowest price. They find the quickest access point to what they want. They find the closest location, and they're like, boop, there we go. I'm going to buy that. Now, here's the thing. We're going to talk about brand differentiation. Okay, what makes your brand different, sets you apart from competition, et cetera, et cetera. That's going to come up, and that's a pillar on a later day. Today, what I'm going to tell you is that the key differentiating point of human beings as a collective, when we look at robots and animals and aliens and trees, humans compared to anything else, is that we feel. We have hearts that create feelings that trigger a response. Okay? If you are selling to a human being, then that emotional connection that triggers a response is your superpower. Period. So any single business owner who is selling a product to a human being can leverage their brand by emphasizing, by perfecting, by bringing that emotional connection to the forefront of their brand strategy. This is driven by purpose. Okay? If my daughter goes out to the street and puts her lemonade out there on a printed sheet of computer paper, and she has, plain white styrofoam cups out on a folding table, and it's white paper, black font, and all these lemonades, and she just walks away and says, lemonade, 50 cents, come and get it, and she just leaves, how many cups of lemonade is she going to sell? Cars driving by, pedestrians walking by, they're like, oh, cool, lemonade. Oh, cute, someone set up a lemonade stand, cool. And that's as far as it goes. Okay? Now, if she is standing there and saying, hey, I made lemonade, more of a connection. Oh, cute, you made lemonade. That's so cool, little girl. Oh, this is cute. We're starting to increase the connection. If each styrofoam cup has googly eyes and a little face on it, a unique emotion, different colors, and they see that she's an artistic little girl who made lemonade and she put time into it and it's creative, the feeling thickens, it gets deeper. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm feeling more because I know more about this girl. If then we throw out the printed computer paper sign that says free lemonade, and we create a big sign painted on wood that says, I made you lemonade. It's the best lemonade in the world. Everything's spelt wrong, letters backwards, flowers. Now I'm creating more of an emotional connection. How? Because I'm seeing something that tells me even more about this girl. She's trying. She's invested. She is behind this. Look at her. Okay? She's taken the initiative. She's dedicated. She's passionate about this. The more we put into it of ourselves, the more connection we're creating. Then as she stands there and says, "Hi, my name's Wave, and I made this lemonade. I picked the lemons with my mom. We got them in the Okanagan and brought them back here, and I squeezed them and juiced them all myself. There's half sugar in here. I made this cup. This one's happy. This one's sad. This one's weird. This one's whatever. I made each cup, and I painted that sign by myself. And today you can have my lemonade, and I think it's really refreshing." All of a sudden, we've added personality, personalization. So now the connection that person walking by is going to feel is multiplied by 100, because now we're human to human. We are right there with the human aspect of this business. We've now introduced the brand. We've given it a heart. We've given it a feeling. We've given it a sense of creativity. We've given it a background. And then, if Wave stands out there at the end of our driveway and in front of this beautiful lemonade stand, and she says, "I made this lemonade because it's a really hot day, and I know that you just finished that trail in the woods and you must be thirsty. I made this so that you could feel refreshed at the end of your trail. I made this so that you could feel satisfied and feel quenched of your thirst. So I hope you enjoy it." Then all of a sudden, you've given your lemonade purpose. Do you see that? So this lemonade stand has gone from, meh, cool, lemonade stand. Most people would drive right by it. They wouldn't even notice. And then every stage of implementation, of branding, of humanization, we are increasing the feeling portion of that transaction. And all of a sudden, we forget about the 50 cents. We even forget about the lemonade. I don't even know what I just bought. You buy the lemonade and you walk away and you're like, did you hear anything she said? No, but did you see her? But did you see the cups? But did you see? She said she was there to quench our thirst. What a darling. You feel the purpose. You feel the integrity. You feel the reason why. You don't even see the price anymore. This is the power of branding. Okay? Now, people don't remember the cup of lemonade, but for years later, in fact, 5 years later, when they walk that same woods trail, they look for that little girl. Why? Because we've created a feeling, and feeling creates memory. We are all seeking feeling. We are all seeking a sense of belonging and people wanting to take care of us and to feel part of a community, to be seen, to be heard, to be loved. And those people who walked by that damn Wave said, "I know you just finished that long trail, and I want you to feel good. I want you to have your thirst quenched." That makes people feel something. It makes them feel your purpose. And when people feel your purpose, they want to invest in you. Okay? And that is the power of a good brand. And that is what I'm teaching you. I want you to have the sign. I want you to have the cups that attract people. I want you to have the stand. I want you to have the right words to say. I want you to know what your purpose is, so that when the people arrive at your lemonade stand, you can tell them why you're there. I want you to be the memory. I want you to be the feeling, so that the transactional piece is secondary, because who fucking cares about 50 cents? Who cares about the $1,000 to be in the branded mastermind? Who cares about the $50 that people are paying for your mug? It's about the mug. It's about the feeling they get when they use the mug. It's about the feeling they get when they're in front of your camera. It's about the feeling they get when they show up to your website, when they read your words, when they come into your training, when they're in your mastermind. It's not about the $50 or $1,000 or the $100,000. You think people who buy Jaguars buy it for the money transaction? No, they buy it for the status, the exclusivity, the feeling of wealth, power, the feeling of sexiness when they drive it around. They drive it for the thrill, the ego, the luxury, the smell, everything. But the transaction is 1 second. It's moving money. from A to Z.
Yeah, you can go to the Zoom party.
Okay? Is the transaction a big deal? Yes, it is. But the transaction becomes less of a deal for people when they feel more. How badly can people want what you have? The more people want what you have, the more willing they become to spend money. How do you make people recognize their desire for what you have? You give your brand a purpose. You make it less about the transaction and more about the feeling, because people, human beings, are feeling beings. We all have experiences. We all have desires. We all have unique wants, collective wants and unique wants. Okay? Yes, we have logic. And yes, we have reasoning. And yes, we have linear, patterned, behavioral, subconscious habits that drive us and move us. But ultimately, this here is what makes us human. So if you can learn to talk to this, if you can learn to draw this out of people, then your brand is already different. Your brand is already winning. It's already unique. Okay? That's what we're doing together here over the next 10 days and in the Brandon Mastermind on a deeper level. Okay? So purpose. You understand on the surface level already what purpose is. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you selling this lemonade at the end of your driveway, little girl? Why are you teaching people about branding, Robin? Why are you a photographer? Why are you a coach? Why are you a healer? Why are you a teacher? Why are you a maker? Why? Your purpose is the number one gateway, the number one fire starter to create that feeling in someone else. And when people can feel your purpose, they already like you. Genuine purpose, authentic purpose, heartfelt purpose. That is what we're here for. Okay? So, I want to help you reverse engineer your purpose. Okay? Now, here's the thing. A lot of people will try to create, I've been doing this work for years with my clients. And what we see, this is not a fault, it's just how we are, but we make the purpose about us. Naturally almost, right? Like, hey, Anne, tell me what your purpose is. And you're like, oh, what is my purpose? Let me think about this. And you think about why you got started, why you quit your day job, why this is important to you, why you. Actually, your purpose is about them. And like I said earlier, your brand is not about you. Your brand is about them. Okay? So in order to discover what your brand purpose truly is on a social level, I want you to ask yourself, what is the feeling people are going to have after they buy from me? Okay? What is the need I'm fulfilling for my soul clients? What is the problem my soul clients have that I'm solving? Okay, so I'll do this for myself. I'll give you an example. So for me, my clients have a hard time taking their ideas and translating them into words that convert. Right? They have a hard time taking their idea and selling them. They have a hard time taking their idea and packaging them up into offers, products, services that sell. My clients have a hard time taking their magic, their gifts, and turning them into something that people actually want. What I do, the problem I solve for people is that I take their ideas and I brand them with words, imagery, aesthetic, so that they can then sell them with ease. All they have to do is show up for it. They don't have to think about the color palette. They don't have to think about what song to play. They don't have to think about the filters or the words or, oh God, the sales page this, the title, the tagline, all that shit that my clients get stuck on that prevents them from selling and making millions of dollars, serving the world their magic, I fill that need. That's what I do. Okay. So I know that. That is my purpose. I meet that need every single day for other people. Okay. If I made that purpose about myself, it would sound like this. I'm a creative copywriter who's really good visually, who went to art school, and I want to give that gift to other people so that their brands can shine. But the first half of that is all about me, my skills, my ability, my service, my expertise, my zone of genius, my accreditation, my university degree, my experience. Remove you. Why does any of that matter to them? Because yes, you matter. Yes, your skills get to be put out into the world. Yes, that is the part of your business. That is the part of all of this that is required to do the damn thing. But that expression of it, getting it out to the masses, that's the branding portion. Do you see that? We're taking you and we're branding you to attract everyone in. So I don't want a list of why you're good at stuff. People don't care. People don't care. Never once have I had someone be like, can you show me your coaching certificate, please? Excuse me, could you tell me why I should hire you for a creative brainstorming session? Do you have a university degree in creative brainstorming? Excuse me, but I'd like to hop into the branded mastermind and be served by you there. But first, I would love to know, do you have 20 plus years of experience working for a corporation, providing brand feedback and creation? No, no one cares. What people care about is what they see and what they feel when they come to you, when they talk to you, when they're in your presence and energy, when they look at your work, when they're in your presence and they feel what you do. They don't need that stuff. Okay, when your brand represents the degree, when your brand represents the experience and the creativity and the success and the results, people don't need that. So we don't want to focus on that. Okay, we want to focus on the outward expression of your purpose. So what is the problem that you're solving for people? An example of this is an accountant. Okay, people would be like, I don't think I have a purpose. I'm just an accountant. I just do people's books and numbers. Accountants, bookkeepers, what problem do you think bookkeepers solve? What feeling do you think bookkeepers give people? What's the feeling that they cultivate in their soul clients? Relief, satisfaction, ease, peace of mind. Just hired a new bookkeeper, monthly check-ins, reports, does everything every month, files our taxes at year ends, like bada boom. But the feeling, I talked about it for 3 nights with my husband. Like, can you believe it? This is the best feeling ever because I don't have to think about it anymore. An accountant creates a feeling. Responsibility, CEO-ness, boss energy. I'm like, I could go on and on about this accountant, but all he's doing is making an Excel spreadsheet of my expenses and revenue, and that's logic. It's a straight up service, but the feeling is what I'm after, right? The feeling is what your soul client is after. So what's the feeling that people have when they work with you? Think about it for a second, and I'd love to hear it in the comments. Freedom, relief, breathing room. First person I hired for my biz was an accountant from day one, so I know my finances are sorted. Boom, power in the house. They do the job I have zero interest in doing. There you go, relief, peace of mind. So we aren't selling ourselves for a job. No, you're selling the feeling that you're giving people. right? The thing is, eventually, Jen, you won't be selling at all, because you'll be talking about the feeling that you give people, the purpose that is so important to you, that they sell themselves. If an accountant came to me, if an accountant came to you and said, hey, I'm an accountant. What I do is I take all of your numbers, all your receipts, all your expenses, and I type them into a spreadsheet with pretty titles, and I color coordinate everything, and you don't have to think about it. You go fill your gas up, and you don't think about it anymore. You make the money, and I organize the money for you. And when tax season comes, you'll spend 30 less hours stressing, thinking about it. You're going to feel supported. You're going to feel supported. You're going to know that you're not missing anything. You're going to feel responsible because it's all being managed. You're going to feel like an entrepreneur who can actually focus on different things and is not going to fall asleep at night stressed about this. You know, all the money things that maybe aren't your expertise, you're not going to think about those things anymore, because that's what I do. You would be like, yes, I want to fall asleep feeling like, oh, I want to buy gas and not be like, shit, okay, this receipt, now where do I take a picture and then email it, or do I upload it to an app? Do I even need this receipt? The taxes, how do I separate the gas tax? You don't have to think about it anymore. I got you. Like, oh my gosh. But here's the thing. Accountants, how many accountants have brands that make you feel that way? If you were an accountant and you came to me and said, brand me, oh, I would love to brand accountants. Do you know why? Because how many people fucking hate tax season? You know how much joy and satisfaction you can give your soul clients simply by saying you don't need to feel that anymore? Oh, if you're an accountant, please send me a DM, because I can make you famous. That's my belief. Your brand has the ability to make you famous based on that, how you make people feel, the problem you're solving, how you express yourself out in the world. Are you an accountant? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I do books. Or are you an accountant? You never have to worry about your expenses, your taxes, your write-offs. I've got you. I'm going to make sure that your money is doing the right thing so that you can just be out there making more of it. Okay? I'll check in with you every month. Oh my God, I could go on about this forever. And I'm making up an imaginary brand about an account that doesn't exist in my world yet. You know? But it's the feeling. What's the feeling people get when they hire you? That is the purpose behind your brand. Okay? That is the purpose. That is the purpose behind your brand. I'm going to see if I missed anything in my notes. So here's the thing that I just really want to exaggerate here. It's not actually about the problem itself that you're solving. It's not about the actual, like your purpose is not, I take people's expenses and organize them. That's not the purpose. The purpose is cultivated from the feeling that they get when you do the thing. Okay. So if I'm a personal trainer, for example, and you come into my world and you want to feel light in your body. Okay. Then my brand purpose is not to give you the workouts and give you the routine, or to give you these videos that you can do every day to help you feel light in your body. That's not my purpose. That's the methodology. That's the how. That's how I deliver it to you. Okay. The purpose is, when you are done these videos, you are going to feel strong. When you are done doing this 3-month training with me, you are going to feel like you've shed the weight that you've been carrying around so long. You're going to be connected to your emotional body. And when you get connected to your emotional body, you release physical heaviness that you've been carrying around. So through this work together, you're not only going to release weight to feel physically light, you're going to feel emotionally in touch and attuned with your own physical being, and that physical aspect of all of this is going to help you cultivate confidence. And when you feel confident in your being, you start living more in your power. You get brave. So you're actually going to go out into your life after you finish these videos, and you're going to do more. You know why you're going to do more? Because these videos are going to make you feel like you're Superwoman. And when you feel like you're Superwoman, you can be out in this big, scary world doing big, brave things. And you know what's going to happen after you finish these videos and you feel light in your body? Is that you are going to create a life that you've never even dreamed of. Why? Because right now you feel heavy. And I'm going to make you feel light. And these videos are the way that you're going to do that. And people are like, okay, it's no longer about the $99. It's no longer about the 3 months. It's no longer about the videos or how I download them or how long I have access to them. It's about everything you just said. Because you know what? I'm a human being. And above everything, work with us, to be in my realm. Do you know how many people have asked for payment plans to make it happen? And I always say yes, because what I see is someone out there taking action for themselves, advocating for their own purpose, their own desires. People don't care about the price. Not figuring out the money, that's a reason, that's an excuse. It's something standing in their way. Action, honestly, it all fades to black because people have desires and people want to feel something. And when you find the right person, when you connect with the right human, and we've all felt this, that magic, that spark, that feeling of like, oh my gosh, someone who gets me. You can't forget that. You can't. It's physically impossible because it changes you on a cellular level. You guys, how many of you still remember a stranger you met on the street? A homeless person you gave money to who looked you in the eye? The first time you ever met your partner? The first time you met your best friend? Your current mentor or coach or a program you've signed up for, or someone you've said yes to? The teacher throughout your education that really made an impact. You'll never forget that person. Why? Because that person made you feel something. And when we feel something, it drives us, it moves us, because we are feeling beings. So the more you move from a place of purpose inside your business by creating a brand that stands for that purpose and communicates it day after day after day after day after day, your goal here is to become the broken record. Literally, say the same thing. Say the same thing. People need to hear it. They want to hear it from you. That's how you create brand identity. We're going to dive into all of this over these 10 days. But the purpose, the feeling that you create for someone by doing what you do, the feeling that you create for someone by doing what you do, that is your brand focus. How do you make people feel in this world? And when you start focusing on that, your brand is going to come to life.